To creep or not to creep on a left turn. Hello and welcome to episode number 35 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus. I'm Jane Ubel, and today we are going to talk about left turns. With me today is veteran crash investigator and driving guru, Mike Peel, along with our wonderful keeper of enrichment observations, Natasha Johnson. Natasha, can you set us up for today's lesson?
Yeah, so this is funny. My husband and I were just discussing this. But anyways, one of our parents wrote to us about how to handle left turns. His question was, if you have a circular green light and you want to make a left turn, where should you wait to make your turn? Our parent guidebook says the correct answer is about a quarter to a half of the way into the intersection, with your wheels straight until it is clear and safe to turn. The parent thought that the DMV changed the answer to the question to be behind the crosswalk, and if the light turned red, you'll have to start waiting again. They heard on the news that one was no longer supposed to pull into the intersection to wait their turn, so they weren't sure what the right answer was. His answer was, "Thank you for the video that brought back memories from my driver ed days. I had forgotten about blocking the path of blocking the part of traffic. I don't know where I heard on the news that they now don't recommend pulling up into the intersection. My wife had heard that too, but the explanation Mike gave makes more sense."
Good. Yes, we
Okay.
gave him, just to let you know, we sent him with that question, we sent him one of our videos. We have over 100 videos of tips and tricks on our YouTube channel. So we always tell people, if you have a question, a lot of times you can look up, the subject, if you will, and you will get a video from Mr. Mike.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's talk about that left turn, okay, guys?
Yes.
So what they're hearing, listen, if we all stay behind the crosswalk, when our light is green, when we're making a left turn on your circular green light, meaning you don't have the arrow, okay? I mean, it's left turn on green must yield, or left turn on flashing yellow must yield, or flashing yellow arrow must yield. If we stay behind our crosswalk and the light turns yellow, red, you're going to sit there and sit there and sit there. You're never going to get moving. So the new law says we cannot impede an intersection. So what I want you to do is go downtown to whatever grid you're in, and let's just talk Minnesota, Minneapolis, get one ways all over the place. And what happens is when people's light turn red, they fill the intersection. Okay, so now everybody's stopped in the intersection. That's called impeding the intersection. All right, so you as a driver, you cannot enter an intersection that you cannot leave from. Okay, so you need to see in advance before you enter into this green light and you're waiting to turn that quarter to halfway in, is traffic going to be stopped in the middle? And am I going to be able to clear my turn when my light turns red? Okay, remember that. Now, when you enter on a green, you have the right of way to clear on a red, but this gets really ugly unless you got videos all over your car. Okay, so like I say, when your light turns green and you look across the street and you have 5, 6, 7, 8 cars coming at you that you have to yield to, wait till your gap is getting a little bit closer to you and then start inching out. And then I want you to look to the left where the lane you're going to turn into. You're going to look to make sure that that lane is going to allow you to get into the lane when you make that left turn. Okay, so it all goes, when everybody does it right, it works really well, right? But when was the last time everybody did it right?
Exactly.
So we just got to look a little bit farther. We got to be better, smarter drivers, right? So, and it's where you get in trouble with that would be your people taking a right turn. You still have to yield to them, right? They're supposed to take their closest lane. You're supposed to take your closest lane. But guess what? That right turner never does. They go right into the left lane, which stacks the left lane back. And that's what you have to be Well, you actually have to be ready to even take a center lane or even the right lane, but you got to get out of that intersection. You cannot be trapped in an intersection for any length of time once the light turns red, and that's where the confusion happens. All right. So I'm here to say you still need to inch in, otherwise you're gonna back traffic up so far by waiting behind a crosswalk. Okay. So 1, 2 cars might be able to go. And again, left turns are our most dangerous turn we can make. And guess what? 3 rights always make a left. Bye.
Just circle the block. Yes.
Go around the block.
I like that. That's good. Well, thanks for joining us. We truly appreciate you and hope you can share our podcast with your friends and family. Also, for another demonstration on left turns, go to our YouTube channel or use the link below to help you learn more and search for left turn videos on our YouTube channel. We also have hundreds of driving tips that if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will have access to them. You can also check out our other episodes by going to our drivesaferidesafe.com/podcast, which is on our website. Please give us a shout by emailing your questions or driving stories to drivesaferidesafe@gmail.com. We love to hear your stories of the streets. And this has been episode 35 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus podcast. I'm Jane Ubel, and we want to remind you to
Drive safe.
Ride safe.
.com. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, folks.